Little did Kathy know how the day would go when she set out with her 3 boys, 8, 6, and a toddler. In fact, none of us ever do. Kathy was a single mom trying to make a way in life. She had 3 boys, none of which had a father in their life. She was coming back to church. She was working hard for her family with part-time jobs and church members helping out, watching her children or taking care of her toddler. That day, Kathy picked up the boys, put them all in their car seats in the car, and as she went down the hill from the church, we don't know what happened, but she pulled out into traffic and was immediately T-boned by an oncoming car. The ambulance came, picked her up, picked up the children, took them all to the hospital, and then, as her pastor, I got that call that no pastor would ever want to get. Pastor, we need you to come to the hospital and tell the 8-year-old that his mother had died. How do you tell an 8-year-old that their mother has just died? I sat there and as gently as I could broke the news to him. I saw all the different stages of grief go across that little face at one time. There was anger, there was frustration, there was doubt, there was fear. Now, Kathy had had a verbal agreement with different church members who were very willing to raise her children if something should ever happen to her. In fact, the couple that watched the little toddler were a childless couple, and she asked if they would raise the toddler, and they were very willing to do that. The only thing is, Kathy didn't have a will. Even though the conference provided a will, Kathy just didn't get around to doing that. And when it came time for the court to decide where the children should go, her parents, who had always been very negative and critical toward her and didn't think she should ever have children and didn't think she was doing a good job, they asked the judge to send the children in 3 different directions far away from the town where they were growing up so that they never had the chance to grow up together and at least see each other through the week at church and at Sabbath school. You know, the conference where Kathy lived and where I served as a pastor provided a will for every church member, and a will would have provided Kathy's plans and Kathy's hopes and desires for her children and how they would have been raised. Your conference here, the Georgia-Cumberland Conference, will provide for you an estate plan, a will where you can say what your wishes are for what you would like to have done for your children in the case that you might pass away. So let me encourage you to contact the Georgia-Cumberland Grateful Living Plan Giving Trust Services personnel, and they will be glad to listen to you and to hear what your desires are and make sure that is what is reflected in your estate plan.